Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm fine, and today I'm coming back with a short video regarding my everyday or very often used knife. I talked today with a few guys which know my life and know that I'm using knives every day, and they know also this knife very well. So ask me if I can talk about this knife a little bit and show what is the type of the knife and where I got and how I'm feeling when I'm using this knife and so on. So let's go to talk about this, see the intro, and then we will go back to this topic. Hey, I'm back. This is knife. We will talk about it right now. Just a quick test and the beginning of some review. You can see that you can make a little bit harder work, the same as a finer one. You can see, I don't know if it's visible quite good right now. Even you can make just hard work even with this knife. But I will tell you why this is probably not suitable for the survival and heavy bushcraft operation. So this is the very hard and not that wood. So normally you need very hard, very big and very heavy knife. But even with this knife it's possible, but you have to be very careful. So that is a short introduction or short example, and let's go to see on the knife more deeply. So I'm here. This is the knife which I would like to talk about. This knife is in fact very old. I bought this knife when I was 12 or 13, so it's many years ago, and I have to say I really like this knife. This is the leather case or leather pouch, and it works well, even it's heavily used, and even although I really have everywhere I am, in my boot of car or in my backpack or simply in my clothes. The knife is originally made in Czech, and believe me, I will tell you in the end, it's not expensive knife. The important thing is to know or to understand that this knife is not really survival knife. This knife is maybe more suitable or better for the light work, or maybe better say for camping, or everyday carrying in your backpack, and you can make a lot of works with this knife, but it's definitely not suitable. I will tell you after why. This is definitely not suitable for the heavy work, for the hard job. So for the survival, to have this knife as just only knife you have, to use of course as for example the axe, you know, to replace it, the axe for cutting the heavy or strong wood and so on. This is not good one. But for daily usage, for camping, for the scouts, for the beginners, for newbies in the bushcraft, as a, I think, secondary knife or everyday knife plus axe, or plus the more heavy knife in the backpack, it's perfect. So let's go to see. Here we are. So you can see this knife. This knife, it's about 240 millimeters, the overall length, and the blade is about 130 millimeters. So if you will grip in the hands, it looks like really big. 130 millimeters the blade. The blade itself, the shape of the blade, from my point of view, is perfect. Absolutely perfect. You can see there is some little notch. You can see here there is a little flat notch. Of course, over here, this shape is perfectly fit into the hands, and the grip of the knife is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. I have to say, the feeling is secure, and the feeling of this knife is really really safety, you know. So you can grip like this. If you need to cut something, you can of course grip like this if you try to make some very light cutting. Okay, the blade thickness over here in the cross in between the blade and the handle is a 2.5 millimeters, and over here the blade has about 2 millimeters. So the thickness is not the biggest, but I think that it's still enough. And I can say this is the single V shape of the blade. So of course that the thickness of the blade over here is nothing strong, and probably if you will catch some stone or something like that, you can break it. So it means that this knife is, as I said, not the real survival knife. But I'm using this knife for maybe 25 or 30 years, so heavily used. You can see that the blade is not like new, and the type of the blade or material of the steel itself is something like 440, I don't know, 420, I really don't know. But regarding the HRC, I compared with 53 HRC knife, and this steel is similar. It's a little bit softer, but not so much. I just compare it in the practice, nothing measured and nothing analyzed. And compared to 53 HRC, it looks like a little bit softer, but quite similar, almost similar. As I said, the only complaint in this knife for years I have is definitely not the shape of the blade or the thickness, or the single V shape of the blade sharpening. But the only complaint is not the shape of the handle, but the material of the handle. The handle of this knife is simply plastic, and the problem is that this is not a single material of the knife until the end of the handle. That probably inside is just glued inside of that. So it means that when you will make some hard work, you can broken over here. But as I said, for the scouts, for the light work, and for the daily usage and everyday care kit, the knife is excellent. Finally, if we will talk about the price. So if you are looking for the knife for the newbie or beginner and so on, and you are looking for the very low priced and low cost knife for the normal camping and scouts activities, you can get this knife still on the market for about 18 or 20 bucks. So compared to the other knives, for me it's a great job. It's a perfect deal, and you will be very happy with the knife if you will use it just for the light activities or light work. So that's the short information about my knife. I hope that you enjoyed already, and if you would like to see more videos about the more knives, more kits, more surviving techniques and so on, I will be happy. So please subscribe if you like. Make the likes, of course, if you like this video, and simply stay tuned.